So
It's
when
cool.
people say nobody owes you anything, do you agree?
Nobody owes you anything,
Mm.
or you sense of you're not obligated or you're not entitled to anything from anybody.
Yeah, so they say it in maybe two ways. You're not entitled to people doing stuff for you.
Yeah, we have free will. God has
Mhm.
given us free will, so
Mhm.
we can actually do as we please. But there are laws or there are things that abide to so many other things. So the definition of one can decide to do whatever he wants to do.
Mm.
If the person feels that you are worthy enough for him to show enough generosity, or the person feels he can do or she can do beyond or go far and beyond for you, if you're worth doing it for. So
Let's talk about friendship. What does friendship mean to you?
well, friendship, I would say, is two people coming to accept who they are
Mhm.
and wanting to be better for the
Mhm.
other person.
Mm.
Like, I want to be, because people will say that friendship there has an end to it. So yes, but just two people from different backgrounds. I'm
Mm.
not giving the base dictionary
Yeah,
definition, but
yeah. I mean
two
your
people
own.
from different backgrounds coming to understand each other and
Mm.
knowing about each other, because you have to be intentional in knowing who this person is, and I
Mhm.
want to know who you are. I want to understand the way you think, how you do things, and
Mm.
I feel we can have a long ride with life to be friends together. So
I I've heard this thing, and I believe you might have heard it also, that there are friends for a reason, friends for a season. You know,
season.
we make things rhyme so that it will make sense.
Yeah, that's with the end. When I say
Yeah,
friendship end, really.
so that it makes sense. But um, if you call somebody your friend, right? What are the expectations you have of your friendship with someone? Like, what would make this person stand out to say this person is my friend, and because he or she is my friend, I expect certain level of obligations. So what are the obligations you expect from
Okay.
friendship?
Okay, so if I were to say my own obligations from friendship, definitely it would be different from someone else's
Mm-hmm,
obligation from
mm-hmm,
friendship. But I don't want us to look at it from our obligation
mm-hmm,
of friendship,
mm-hmm,
because whatever my obligation would be, it will be through my own narrative, how I see life.
mm-hmm,
So that is me expecting that my particular friend to see it that way.
mm-hmm,
But my friend comes from a different background, has his own motive, or she has her own motive, or spiritual, physical motive on how things are.
mm-hmm,
So I think what I would want to do is study and know my friend strengths and weaknesses, patterns that person has repeated with time,
mm-hmm,
that we have been friends together, and say, oh, I feel if I expect this from you, I know you would not flop. But if I just give you from my own point of view, then I will have these high expectations that when you now like drop it down or you do something contrary to it, I feel very affected. And I tell you, why would you, or why would you not consider this and this? And you are like, the person is not even clueless. And like, why would you give me that kind of like, give me that kind of rating in the first place? That I can't even go beyond for my own family. Why do you think I can now do this kind of thing for you? I don't know if you get, because I've had people say, I don't even call my siblings. I don't even really, but we just clicked and became friends. And now I now come from a family that we check up on our birthdays. We are doing banana surprises, and
yeah,
you're not
yeah,
like, "Hi, happy birthday. Hope you're good.
yeah,
Okay, fine.
yeah,
Take
yeah,
care.
yeah,
Bye bye." And
yeah.
like, wait, what?
So yeah, that aspect of click, I was going to ask that. What defines, what determines friendship? Is it just based on vibes? You maybe you like the same thing, or you know, you guys, is it just gists, or what is the depth of it? What's the substance that makes friendship strong? Because you said, oh, we just clicked, and don't expect so much from me. I'm not your brother. I'm not your sister. Don't expect so much from me. What are we doing, really? What are we
In this
really?
generation, that click stuff. We
Mm,
just click.
mm,
Yeah, we vibe together. We
yeah, yeah.
understand. You get me. That kind of thing. But I feel for friendship, it's also a process.
Mm.
You grow as friends because you grow to know and
True,
to
true.
understand each
Yeah.
other. So, and that saying that was said earlier, that you said, mentioned something like that, a friend that's sticker closer than a brother.
Mm,
And for your sibling, two of you, either twins or siblings, you grew together.
yeah.
So with friends, to selecting your friends, there's a particular message I had where it says, before Jesus selected his disciples, his 12, he had to pray and he still
Yeah.
chose Judas. So why would you just bring someone to your life and be so attached to you, and you didn't even pray or sit down and be like, okay, can this person really be my friend? What attribute does this person portray for me to select or make this person my friend? And there are levels to friendship. Some people can just be friends of hi, just check up on the person. And some are very close friends that know you're in and out. And for you to choose someone like that, the person would have done a certain thing. You have tested the person to a certain level. The person might not even be aware. You would have seen the person go through some certain things, and you're like, oh, for me, my friends, I see them go through some certain things, and I'm like, yes, because I get easily influenced in a way. Even though no matter how people tell you, oh no, I'm not influenced, I don't, peer pressure doesn't, it's you unconsciously affect.
It does.
So the kind of friends you have whereby one goes through something and the person doesn't overcome it, that weakness that affects that person, the person tells you, oh, this thing happened and I shut down, I drank, I did this, I did that, and you're like, and you now go through that same thing, trust me, you would go back to that, this my friend went through this and this was what she did. You would do that same thing unknowingly. I don't know if you understand. So it's your, the kind of friends you have has a way in affecting and playing with your own pattern of how you go about life. So you have to be very, very intentional. That is a very, because even though it affects family too, because when you go home and they say, like you get to hear what kind of people are you working with. You are moving with them. You are relating with them. Their aura too reflects on you. The same people you work with, they define you with them. So you have to be very intentional.
I think it's the casual approach to friendship, right? These days, everybody is everybody's friend.
Yeah, everybody wants to be everybody's friend.
So we go to gym together. We see each other every day at the gym, and then boom, we're friends. We work together because we see each other. Proximity and then related activities is what bonds people together. They are not really friends in the real sense of thing. We work together in the same office. We see each other. We
Even
talk.
There's this saying that colleagues are not your friends. They are just
So
colleagues.
that was what I wanted to say. It is that casual approach that we label everybody friends, and because of that, it affects the way we define obligation and entitlement. Because you can think you are my friend, and I don't feel the same.
Yeah, even though besties, they are besties that you are my bestie, but I'm not your bestie.
Exactly.
And you start fighting. Why are you? And I'm like, come on.
Exactly. Because people don't think, this casual way of dismissing everything is not that deep. It's not that deep. Now, because maybe you connect with people more easily, right? And because we work together, we see each other every day. I come through for you, you help me and all of that. Somehow in your mind, you're already thinking there's a bond, there's a connection. The friendship is building. But for me, I'm seeing you as a colleague. Okay. Now, in your mind, there's a certain level of obligation that you expect of me by your definition of what friendship is. But me, I don't feel the same way. So because of that, when you place that demand on our friendship, I'm not obligated to meet it because I don't know what you're talking about. How do you then determine that you're on the same page with someone so that you can build trust and have an understanding of that sense of balance? I show up for you. I should expect you to show up. Is it wrong to expect your friend to show up for you?
No, it is actually not wrong. It's normal. Humans, we are needy. So we actually need somebody. Like I mentioned something earlier about colleagues not being friends. But funny enough, how for me, I've even had a colleague that turned out to be a very good friend because she had to, like this thing you mentioned, that obligation, entitlement, it's time that tells. Even though that's saying that a friend sticks closer than a brother, it's still time. So if you took time to be able to examine your friend to say, okay, I feel I can bring this person into my safe space. Then give that same grace for that person to be able to say, okay, let me see if I can also bring this person to my own safe space. That is where that's entitlement doesn't come in, that you are like, I've done it for you, you have to do the same for me. You understand what I'm saying? So you just have to give that person this level of, okay, I see you and I hope, not you have to see me too, I hope you see me the same way. And if it is friendship, it's not marriage. It's not, you didn't do covenant, blood covenant. So if it is not working or gelling, you move.
It's interesting you say that. So let's assume, right, that both parties see each other.
Okay.
I wanted to use pretend, but
no.
Let's assume they see each other.
Okay.
And let me use a very practical example, because we live in a very dismissive society. And in this age and time, there's so much emphasis on individualism. It's only yourself, 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 yourself. There's a common trend, right? People would travel abroad and not tell anyone.
Yeah.
So I'm using that as an example. Say your friend decides to japa and doesn't mention it at all. Is it a matter of distrust or there's something to it?
Well, then we would have said it's a matter of the person didn't trust me. That's why the person could not tell me this kind of information, and to feel I will keep it. But now this one is not even about keeping the information or keeping it a secret. This one is even more to the spiritual side, because there's this mentality our parents are giving us that something good is about to happen, you don't say it out, and which is even true spiritually. When something good is about to happen, you keep it till it materializes, till it comes to manifestation, then you can announce it.
Okay.
So, but that's why I said, when you have a friend, or you know the kind of friends you have, you know that this person is someone I can trust with this kind of information.
Yeah.
You know, like we mentioned earlier, we actually need someone. We need someone to confide in. We need someone to intercede for us. We need someone to connect with, so that we can share our burdens, our pains. So you definitely, even though with Jesus and his 12 disciples, he had Peter, because Peter was one of his closest people. When he was even about to go to the place of where he had to seclude himself from his disciple, he selected 3 to pray. He would have packed all of them, but he knew that these ones are the 3. And I think after that time, he still even picked one out of them again. Even though at the point, the connection with him and Peter was so deep that he said, the devil is after you, but I have prayed for you. Why didn't he do that with Judas? So there's a level where you know, okay, this one is the one I know I can share this kind of thing with. This one is the one that you already know yourself, because it's your life, it's your destiny. You are still friends. If anything bad happens to you, they will just console you, and everybody will still move on like nothing happened. But you already know that this is the kind of people I cannot joke with my life. So these are the kind of people I'm ready to place some certain informations in their care. And then to now know your level of friendship with them is how they now deal with that kind of issue. Okay, I had a friend of mine, and it was when what she planned didn't materialize, she got to tell me about it. But normal human instincts, I felt bad. I was like, and you're just telling me. And in that conversation we're having, she was telling me she told somebody else. And this person, and I'm like, where did this person come from in this friendship? I've known you way before this person.
Exactly.
But immediately, that is why reading is actually helps a lot. When you read, you study, you expand your mind. Guard your mind, guard your thoughts. When you're able to guard your mind, immediately it draws you back and be like, don't be entitled. Give her space. That was the only person she felt comfortable. It is her wanting to just be that. Just give it to her. And immediately I just let it go. And the next conversation is, Alpha, what's the next step? And I acknowledge that now I'm now part of it. So now that you're part of it, what can you do about it?
Okay, so it's now your turn to know.
Now it's your turn to know. So if you mess it up with holding it against, thank you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, if you now mess it up with holding her, you didn't tell me. She now is like, we now brought the conversation to you.
Yeah.
Is this how you want to now handle it?
So it comes across like tests.
So this might now be our own period of seeing how you can now take our shortcomings of, okay, I couldn't come to you at first. How did you handle it?
So does it mean you can now do your own too? So
that is where we now see tit for tat.
Yeah.
Wisdom is profitable to direct.
Yeah, so
and I think I was answered everything, because you know it's already tit for tat. So in this life, we feel some people will be like, oh, this person is taking advantage of you. You're just a fool. Have you had that thing? Even though with couples, you're just the fool in this relationship, or it's friendship, you're just the fool in this friendship. This one is always coming to meet you. But you know yourself, I give. I have a fool. How do you think our pastors that have disciples, that have people under them, they are receiving from them? When you sit and listen to someone have a conversation with them, the person is pouring to you. Same thing with friendship, but you said it's from both sides. You pour into the person pours into you. So that means you must be selective with the kind of person that is pouring into you. But trust me, when someone pours, at the point, the person might be weak. The person might even become empty. But you don't know the person is empty. But as a good friend, you keep pouring. So when your friend is now filled to a point, you know that it will balance back. But when you now say, you have stopped pouring to me, I'm the only one giving, I'm the only one paying for the outings, I'm the only one doing it, you're always coming to my place, you're always, come on, have you asked your friend, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, so yeah, there's that part, yeah. There's that part of maybe this person, you're always coming through for this person because they need you, in quotes, or you actually see that they need you. But I'm talking about a situation where they can actually afford to show up for you, but they don't. Right? You're always the one calling. If you don't reach out, they don't reach out. But whenever you do, it feels like everything is fine,
Yeah.
right? But when it actually matters, there's this surface level approach to things. At what point should you say that it looks like I'm doing too much? At what point should you say that this energy that I'm putting in this thing is a lot and I'm not getting anything back?
Problem.
Not because you're putting in to get back,
Thank you.
but it's because iron is supposed to sharpen
Iron,
iron.
sharpening iron. Yeah.
So but one iron keeps sharpening the other one. The one that is always sharpening the other one will now lose its sharpness.
It's already blunt, and now there's
Exactly.
Yeah, I think at that point where you feel that way, you should just stick to it at that point. And maybe when you hear, when there's this saying that's in counsel, when you hear different things from different people, people are already.
Of counsel.
So when people are already telling you this is looking like this, and you now have to sit back and now analyze it, that okay, would I benefit from this? Would this drag me behind? There's some friendship that drags you. So you just analyze it and you pray about it. And where the issue now arises, because you too, you're also obligated to protect your health, protect your mental being, everything about you. Not because of friendship, you now lose yourself.
Exactly.
So when you are trying to analyze it, you seek physical consult, spiritual consult, and guidance. And trust me, one of the major things you will hear is don't end it amicably. Don't end it in the form of making the person know that no, you don't know how to handle a friendship, because that thing destroys people too. And you not get to hear, yes, I know I cannot, I'm not that nice. I know I don't call. You get to make the person feel bad about themselves. No, there's a way you can just withdraw yourself. Because even though now the way this world is, especially Lagos, had made friendship look like sometimes I might not speak to my friend for like a month, but the day we pick up the phone to call anybody that calls, we are like, how are you? How have you been? And you have a lot to talk about. It cannot even get. You can, even though there's a way you might love the person so much and be like, I still want to maintain this friendship. Find a way to go about it. You know that okay, this person doesn't call, no problem. For a whole month, you might not call the person. The day you now call, trust me, those are the kind of friends you now hear. I know I've not called you. I'm so sorry. And they're like, it's fine, no problem. I just called to check in on you. To be honest, it's still how are you doing? And before you know.
So because you know this thing there, life is happening to everyone. Everyone is busy. I don't imagine that any rational person will expect that you talk to somebody every day.
Trust me, there are people like that.
Yeah. Well, if it works for them, if every party is okay, it's fine. But if one person is expecting that that's how to go, then it's funny because people are busy.
Yeah.
But it is in the substance of it, right? Let me give you an example. I have a friend who, way back in school, who doesn't really call on birthdays.
Yeah.
Now, birthday is not really a big deal to me.
Okay.
Of course, I'm realizing different now, but
it's a big
it's
deal.
not really, it didn't used to be.
Yeah, to some people,
to me, right? So, but then
I love birthdays. I love my birthdays. Trust me.
we influence.
I can make you jealous with my birthday.
Okay, so now imagine we're friends, right? Because birthdays means a lot to you, I probably would want to.
You have
efforts to call you on your birthday.
I will even remind you.
But you know what that does? If you don't call me on my birthday, I don't mind.
Okay.
But after a while, we rub off on each other, and the way you make my birthday feel, I'll begin to look forward to it.
Yeah.
So, but what we noticed is that he doesn't really call. And then it used to be a problem to some of my other friends until we realized that sometimes even his own birthday he forgets. So now said, okay, it'd be like, this is how this guy is.
This is how he is.
Right?
Yeah.
Because again, the question is birthday strong enough to use and define this friendship?
Mondays once a year. So out of the 12 months, that only
Every
1
other
year, you now
thing.
pick.
Exactly.
No.
Is it strong enough?
But funny how, apart from birthdays, if the person is not even intentional about their birthdays, I'm sure there are other things you just didn't take note of it that they are not even intentional about.
So if you notice pattern, that's why I talk about the substance of the friendship. If there's a pattern of somebody who is consistent in not showing up, and then they always dismiss it. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it. Like important things in your life.
And you get to have that conversation with them about it. That okay, I don't like.
They couldn't show up. They're always sorry. And then of course you get to a point where you begin to feel like you are nagging too much. Like you're expecting too much from this, because it feels like you place people on a certain pedestal.
Yeah.
feel like you're my friend.
You should.
I expect.
But do you know, as you were even saying this, I thought of it that where is now the spice to life? People tend to avoid that nagging. We try to avoid it. We try to avoid nagging, fighting, arguing, comparing. But those are the extra spices to life.
Yes.
So when it comes, or to the friendship, or to that situation, so when the nagging comes, you can be like, you have come again. Oh yeah, what is it? Where should we go from here? How should we handle it? Not that you have started that. Give the same way you give process for people to do things. Give process for the fight to come. Because it's through that fight you will know who is who, will know what is what. Let it happen. When it happens, then we'll know what we can overcome or achieve together as friends. You know how strong it is.
Frenemies.
I don't know that one because I've not had that one.
People who present themselves as your friends, but they don't really like you.
They stay bad energy far away from me. No.
But they don't really like you. But that's by the way. There are people like that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about people's penchant for using people. Because the truth is, as long as we're in this life, people would want to use you. How can you tell that somebody is using your head?
So for me to be able to tell someone using my head, that means I have a very strong head. For them to want to use it.
Yeah, because your head is useful enough for somebody to want to use. Because the truth is, people would want to use people. Right?
Yeah, I think even though in the Bible it says there is always the people that the Bible categorizes people that they are in the higher level and they are in the lower level. People that will always want to need, and we always need somebody to your own level of you. You might feel you have everything going on and you don't really need people like that. But trust me, there are still people you are drawing from. You draw strength from. Yes, to be honest, where you have counselors, you have pastors, people you just look up to. Even though to the books you read and you just pick up, that person has poured everything he has into that book, and you are literally drawing from it. So, but when you see someone physically, some people are just so needy to the point that they even want to come so close to you and attach themselves with you that, okay, please, can you help me do this? Okay, please, I want you to do that. Please, I want you to do that. There are people like that. So if you come to that understanding first, that there are people like that, you won't be pissed when you have people like that around you. These ones are now for good reasons. People that are needy, that they draw from you for good reasons, and you will sense it that, okay, I need to help this person. I want to pour into this person. Because what example will you give to maybe people that are very wealthy and someone just going, please, I have a project, I want this and this. Trust me, it's not even about, fine, your project might make sense. It's my produce more money, but for someone to be able to release what they have to give you is because they have gone through a particular training, seen a lot in life, and know that giving is not even all about you or wanting to release something from myself. It's not about you. It's just about my own willingness to wanting to give. The Bible says, give, it shall be given unto you. But when you now mention of frenemies wanting to take advantage, immediately you sense it. Don't argue. Don't stress. Just move away from that setting. Because if not, the more you try to argue, the more you try to defend or make the person know what they are doing is bad, the more they are still draining from you. So just remove yourself. So that's where you now see people causing commotions. You see something online, this person did this to me. Fine, it can be a lot at that moment. Feel betrayed. Feel, oh, I've been doing a lot for you. Or you just come ask everything you want is just to ask. There were times both of you had it rosy. Both of you had it fun. Both of you had good times together. Just like I said, there's a way you can just amicably just detach in a way that the person self just it has been a while now. I've not been seeing you in this. I just had to just do one or two things, and you just keep moving.
So detachment, right? There's this thing about people talk about closure. If you decide to detach from someone and they say it's not fair, you need to sit them down and tell them why you're detaching. Do you think it's necessary?
Well, it's actually for me, because I know people will say this now. I'm like, it's not necessary. Why would you say it's actually sometimes it's actually necessary.
You owe them that.
You owe them, but it might not happen. It might happen. Sometimes some situations might warrant it for it to happen. Maybe two people that live together before you start a relationship. Sure, you would have been friends. Before you get married to somebody, you have been friends. Even though if it's female to female, you are friends. Guy to guy, you are friends, and you are in the same space. You feel if it can happen, you make it happen. But if it can't happen, and now phone has made everything easy.
Yeah, so that's why I asked. The reason I asked because the possibilities are higher now. You can call. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think it makes sense to call a friend to say, you know what, I don't think I want to be your friend again?
You say when you said it now, it's like no. See, Yoruba will say or you don't just drop words like that to somebody. There are certain ways you would go about it.
So I'm actually curious. You want to let a friend go. because of their shenanigans and
Okay.
off and on.
You just
you know.
detach now. You just
Okay, so you don't.
have you seen level of detachment? Some people will not even pick your call. They won't talk to you. They won't even
Yeah,
leave you
so-
any. I've had that situation for that thing almost messed me up. They won't even say a word. That particular type of detachment is bad. To be honest, that's
That
another
was-
conversation.
That's what I'm asking. Do you think that person owed you to call you and tell you
Like
that,
I said, actually, that thing actually messed with me.
So you would have appreciated if the person
I
told
would
you.
have appreciated if the person said, okay, this and this is the reason why I'm doing this. It's even so bad that you not even get to see the person posting online. Because at the point, this particular thing happened to me to the point that my friends and my parents around me were like, are you sure the person has not died? Or the person is... And I'm like, the person is posting, so the person is fine. The person is online, but you are ignoring me just because you just detached yourself from me. It's actually bad.
So that means
You owe it. You actually owe it to that person to reach out and say, okay, give me some time. You don't know when you say give me time, you didn't set a date. You understand what I
So
just
you
said?
can
So
be
just
in
give me time.
perpetuity.
I need time. I need space. That is fine. If it's not left for the person to hold on to it and be like, what's going on as time not elapsed and all that. But you have already made, and the person has already told himself, okay, I need to move on without you in my life. But you just go ahead. Ghosting is the word. You just ghost somebody and you are still posting.
Yeah, but what if that was the person's reaction or response to
How
your
to handle that particular...
yeah the person's reaction to how you have handled the friendship. You know how we talked about you always show up
Yeah.
and then these people don't show up for you. You decide, okay, I'm showing up too much and these people no rate me, so let me withdraw myself. Do you think if I make that decision, do you think I owe them any explanation?
In that sense,
Yeah.
trust me, those friends will actually reach out to you. That guy, we have not been seeing you, babe. What's up? Where have you been? And you are like, I've been very busy. That's already, and you just responded. You have been very busy.
Okay, so if they don't reach out, that means you have your answer. They don't really rate you with that.
If the person doesn't reach out back,
Yeah. If you withdraw and they don't reach out, that means they didn't rate you in the first place.
they would definitely reach out. Come on, they would at a point. They would definitely reach out.
Okay, cutting people off. What do you think about cutting people off? I know it sounds like what we just said.
Yeah,
now, but
it's
this
actually
thing
bad.
People say about, oh, if your friends, right? If your friends cannot raise 5 million for you in 1 hour, you have the wrong friend. What do
You
what do
said,
think
can you
about-
raise 5 million in 1 hour?
What do you think about that type of expectation? Like, you need to be friends with people who are high up there.
This particular thing you said, I'm sure someone had actually said it. It was a trend that actually
Yeah, I
went
saw it
around.
online, yeah.
Thank you for you to say it. So whoever is even saying it or has that mentality, okay, I admire them. I admire their clique of friends. I would love to be in that clique of friends. You know, there's a saying of friendship where you say, if you are the top person, I don't know how to really, like, you are the richest or you are the highest person, you are I don't know how to say, like, you are in the wrong, like it's like a pattern of you are the least, so you have people you are looking up to. But if you are the main person,
There's a problem.
There's a problem. They are literally ahead. That kind
You
of
would
thing.
go
There's
down.
an adage or something that says that kind of thing. So can I be part of that friendship? So I will look up to the people that bring in the 15 million. Because come on, give yourself grace. You have friends that you grew up with together. Unless those people are not the ones you categorize in that setting.
Yeah, so that leads me to another one. Do you think friends can outgrow each other?
Yes.
Say, for example, me and you were friends, and then I blew up.
Yes, they
You
can.
get, and then I stopped talking to you.
They can.
But do you think it makes sense?
No, it's just the way of life.
Yeah, so
It just happens.
How do you justify that? You know, like nothing happened. It just maybe by providence, and then I was able. Fortune smiled at me. God blessed me. You know, say for example, we're friends. I have friends that some of them don't repost my videos.
Okay.
Yes, don't repost my video. Some of them don't watch it. I don't hold it against them, right? But say tomorrow now, I blow up.
But did you tell them?
Oh, I did.
Did you tell them, Alpha, repost my, and they still did not repost it?
Yes.
Something is wrong.
No, but it might be that they don't really send what I'm doing.
Yes, that's why I said something like they don't really send that.
Yeah.
That's something is wrong.
But should that be a reflection of how they value me as a friend?
Just because of a post.
Just because they don't
Of a
in quote,
post.
support my
No, of
my
a
hustle.
no of a post. If you ask them to support your hustle, they might, most of them might be able to support financially on your hustle. Some of them can be able to support with words of
Okay,
wisdom,
okay,
with
please,
ideas.
please
But
support
just
with
a
money.
post. Please support. If you don't support with a post, please at least support with money. Support with ideas, support with contracts. So that's the problem. People, you feel you hold on to just that. That's why I had to drag you back, because you were about to hold on to it.
Yeah.
You are holding on to the post.
So there are other ways they could.
There are
could
other
help
ways
you.
they might have that strength, but you see that they're like, sometimes they just swipe to you. You are not
they're
like
not interested.
they're like they just.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah.
when you hold on to that one, they're like, what more do you want from me now? I'm actually, even though when someone sees that, that's my friend post, but they might not just like it, but they will just say that is my friend post.
Yeah.
But you are like, that one is more important to you. Yeah, sorry. When the person comes and tells you sorry, what will you not do?
Oh well, you were sorry now.
Uh-huh.
But then I wanted to where I was driving at is to say, so if tomorrow night I now blow up,
Okay.
right, and I decide, okay, I now have a different circle of people who rate me, because when I was coming up, you know, really rate me. So now I belong to a different circle. Do you
Okay.
think that's justifiable?
To detach or not?
For me to say, well, this thing have gotten to an interesting level, I now have new friends. Because when I was struggling,
You never showed
didn't
them.
really send me. Why is this important to you now? So I belong to a different circle now. Does it make sense?
If it's actually really, I won't want to say it makes sense or it doesn't make sense, because the way you are saying it now is as if you want to do it like a payback. Like, you see, now that I am now in this certain level,
Because
I
people
don't
do
really.
that.
Yes, they now when you do it intentionally, there's a way when you get to a certain level, you don't have time. The time you had back then, you don't have it anymore.
True.
The kind of ways you talk, the kind of conversations you want to have, this particular person will not be able to flow in that kind of conversation. That one is already nature taking its own place. So allow it. But when you now make it obvious that, guy, you don't rate me before. People say it's confident. Even those streets, you will hear them, guy, you don't rate me before, I don't go rate you again. That is when you now start having conspiracies of people trying to be like, oh, so you feel now you're at the top. You now, when you come down, she will come and meet down, Abi.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. So one has to be very careful. Wisdom is profitable to direct. You said you start looking at your back. Why? Most people don't even really look at their back, because they know that everybody at their back, they have given them that grace. So that's where you now give people grace. You give people grace. Fine, they messed up. Allow people to flop. They will flop. Let them see their flop. It's not you that will point it out to them, but you have already guarded yourself.
I think you have too much grace to give. In this age and time, one would wonder, are you living in the same Nigeria with us? Like,
see, there's a way you just live life, and to me, I don't really expect much from people, to be honest, because if you do that, if you place your own life or believe on people's expectations, you will actually get drained and get tired and get so disappointed. Like I was telling someone actually ghosted me, and I told my mom that if this person reaches out, I will actually listen. I will actually take the person back, like, okay, to be honest, because left to me, I have plans in my head. I will show the person that how would you, but come on, to what end?
I think you are the exception, or you are part of the exception. You're better than the rest of the people, because the prevailing narrative is if somebody aura for aura, right? You replace. How did they say it again? You match energy.
Yeah.
So do you think it's okay to match energy? I mean, if somebody goes to you, ghost them now.
You can match. Definitely, you can't be begging. Someone has ghosted you and you try to still reach out and the person still shuts out. You also give the person. So this is you just giving the person breathing space. You let the person. You go, okay, no problem. When the person is ready to come back, you hear the person out. And if he doesn't stand in your own standard again,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you have too much grace to even hear the person out. What people say now is...
What did you say? What people say.
Yeah.
What me, I want to do, I want to go by for my own. Because trust me, I would be worried. I want to know why you ghosted me. I want to hear. Some people be like, hey, let him know. I want to know. Or why did she do that? Tell me first, and I'll see it. Because trust me, what that person might say might be a particular character that you have been rolling with, and people are scared to tell you. But this person will now let you know that you did this, and that thing got to me. Then you now sit down and be like, that's true. Someone has actually told me I trigger a particular part of them. I need to work on myself. But fine, this person come back. Trust me, person knows the relationship might not be the same again. And like you said, I have a lot of grace to give.
You do, actually.
No, I think I just had to I just let it go. I think I just let things go. I just told myself, it is well. All things work together for good. It's like we're living in a world whereby you cannot predict what happens next. You don't know who would eventually, even apart from who will be what, or maybe this person will become the president and you now have to be under the grace of the person. No, but this life just plays out
It's
in
just
ways you
because
don't
the right
expect.
thing to do, right?
It's just the right thing to do. Just let it go. Just like a child saying, my father did this and that, or I went through a lot with somebody and person affected me. So when the person now comes to beg, fine, you have a lot of hatred, you have a lot of hurt. That why would you do? You have expected so much from the person, but there is grace to still give.
Okay, so do you agree that friendship comes with certain obligations, right?
Yes, it does.
But then it doesn't come with entitlement.
No, let's remove that entitlement. We
So-
all have a lot going on for you to be entitled to someone's time.
Okay, so as a friend, I shouldn't be entitled to my friend's time or certain benefits in quotes. I should not. I should not. If they don't do it, I should
They
take it in good faith.
If they don't do it, maybe they don't want to, or they didn't see it fit to do it. But when you reach out to them and like, oh, I would want this, can I enjoy part of this that you are enjoying, and they share it with you, come on, we're good to go. But if they don't, what if they know what they are going through, why they are enjoying that thing, and they don't want you to suffer that kind of thing, but you are feeling entitled that you must be part of this, and you now jump into it, you now get to hear, so this is what you are facing here, why didn't you tell me? Shebi, I did not give you were the one that put yourself in it. You hear things like that.
Yeah, but as a friend, you should have told him though, or told her.
When I mentioned, there are some things you don't just let out. There are some things you don't. I might be okay. How will I? There was a time I had a particular thing, and people from afar felt this girl is enjoying. She's living life, working 9 to 5. They feel you're working in an amazing company, this and that. They envy you, but they didn't know the things I went through the process, everyday traffic and all that. Fine, now after 2 years, now I'm enjoying. I got promoted. I'm enjoying the benefits, and then I get to hear, you are enjoying, and I'm like, seriously, when I was going through hell that time. But then they're like, oh, you're always busy. You don't have time for this and that. But I had friends that stick with me, even though through that process I was busy. I didn't have time for anybody.
Those are the things. That's what I'm talking about.
But now those friends that were like, you are always busy, are you sure? They even almost took me out of my 9 to 5 mentality that just leave this thing and look for something else to do. But when most of them still come through and now come to me and maybe want to reach out or talk to me, trust me, I still bring them in. But like you said, that grace, it is going to differ. It won't be like before. It won't be that.
You actually have a lot of grace to give. And I think it's an indictment on a lot of people who want to match energy for energy. But I understand where you're coming from, because, again, there's this Christ approach to things. What would Christ do?
No,
extend grace to people.
He extended grace to every one of us.
So, because there's also the practical. People want to talk about, let's be practical. If you're constantly giving and not getting, maybe you should channel the energy elsewhere.
Funny how if a very rich or prestige person talks about this and he says, oh, for him, he did this and did this and did this, he shut people out, he cut people off, he was able to, and this is what got him to where he is right now. People will want to follow that pattern, but that was what worked for him. Have you asked yourself that would this particular thing work for you? Will you too be able to shut so many people out? Then you now look back and look front, you now realize you don't even have anybody again. All just because maybe a particular man said he did this and it worked for him. To be honest, someone like me that fine, the Bible says don't worry, and little things get to me. I worry a lot. I ask, what's going on? Why is this thing like this? Is this supposed to be like this? And I now shut this one. Who will give me information? How will I know what's happening in the world? And you get it, I just called you, I just saw something, or I just heard this thing. What do you think about these things?
Well, as I say, a friend in need is a friend. As I grow older, I find that problematic. Why is it only a friend in need?
I thought you wanted to finish it. That's why I was laughing.
I couldn't let it come
things
out,
has
because
changed.
A friend indeed should be a friend indeed. Why should that be a friend?
No.
Does it have to be in need?
No, you don't have. It doesn't have to get to that level. Like
We
now, this
can all be-
generation
yeah.
has made friendship like, let's just chill together. You are there, you are not there, we chill. You are not there. Another the set of people that are there, we chill together.
Yeah, friendship now is very superficial.
It's very fun. Everybody,
no substance
before you know, you see this person and this person, you're like, so these people are friends.
Yeah,
you get that
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So these people are friends. So these people know each other. That is, even though the world is that on a plane or this phone, and you're like, oh, these people know themselves. Oh, these people are talking.
Everything is watery now.
Everything
I
is
think we
watching
need to
flows.
redefine friendship. Your colleagues are not your friend.
No,
your
but
friends.
trust me, you get to find
You
that
can,
amazing. You
yeah,
can.
you can actually make friends out of your colleagues, but they are not automatically
No,
your
they are not
friends.
automatically.
So that you
But
can
time
manage
will tell.
expectations.
So that is so.
Yeah,
You
so
give.
you can manage
You allow. You
expectations.
give them time. You allow process to play.
Yeah.
I had this amazing colleague that. Funny how I'm this kind of person that gets to the office. Good morning. Good morning. Anybody that asks me how was your day, in my mind I'm like, how was your night? I'm like,
Yeah, why?
what's your business?
Why?
In my mind I'm like, okay,
Why?
good morning is good morning for me. And you won't believe this lady came to me and she was like, why are you always tight? So free yourself. And she gave me time to adjust, like to understand and blend with her. And we became so close to the point that when she even left the company, she gave birth on my birthday.
Wow.
I just knew that she didn't call me. The next thing is like, oh, I put to bed. Now, literally every her daughter's birthday, I have to do something to send to her. It's so that we just click to that point. So
Yeah, that's
you just get to meet amazing people in places.
That's beautiful. It might not work that way all the time. So I think it's important to manage expectation. You don't place expectations on people
You don't.
just because of close proximity.
No, you give
And
them
that
grace.
you are in the same choir doesn't mean you're friends.
No.
Let's be honest, and that you are neighbors doesn't mean you have to be friends.
No,
It's just to be able to manage expectations.
You just say you are besties. I'm not your bestie. You are
Yeah,
my bestie,
your friend is not. You're not friends to your friend or something like that.
You chose the person to be your bestie because you've seen a level amount of capacity this person can handle what you project. But the person has also viewed you and seen that you might not be able to carry that level too. But you just have to balance it.
As you are praising the person, they are praising you. So the fact that you chose someone doesn't mean they have to choose you too.
So maybe you go find the person that will choose you.
Yeah. But if you say you're a friend to someone, please be friend to someone. You know that idea that you don't owe anybody anything. Don't say that.
Even though most people they even find it hard to ask for help. Or they find it hard to.
Most people don't because I feel like I don't want to bother you, and I don't handle rejection very well.
Yeah, I've met people like that.
So I don't want to put myself in that situation. I'm learning. It's not a good thing.
You have to. It's not
I'm
actually a good thing.
I'm actually learning.
It's not.
If you say you're friends with someone, be friend indeed. Don't wait to be a friend in need. Be friend indeed.
Yeah.
And then don't keep saying you don't owe anybody. If you are friends with someone, you owe them. I believe that strongly. You owe them. Show up for your friends. Don't make excuses. Show up for your friends.
Go all the way if you can go all the way. And let the person know that this is my strength and I will be able to walk. This is my strength. I will give you my strength. But where my weakness in and you expect it to be my strength, if I can't, just please focus on my strength and let's move with it.
That makes sense.
That will help.
If you're my friend, repost my videos. Comment on it.
And if you can't, please show love financially.
If it's not your strength, send me money.
Yes, that's your
send me money. Thank you. Thank you very much, Lady.
Thank you.
It's always nice to. I like the angle you're bringing to it. I need somebody who will bring the other energy. Who say, cut them off. Cut them off. Cut them.
To what end?
To hell with everybody.
What end? No. Life is not like that. Too. Life is not
That's
like that.
That's your cue to cut it.
So when you cut them off, and you now find maybe your wife is about to give birth, and you now find the person as the doctor. You have cut the doctor off.
Cut them off.
Thank you.